Hi, Kapil. Thank you for the opportunity. I had a question here. How does one find his purpose in life? Because there are so many distractions, or there are so many motivations one has, but how does one find a definitive path for his life?
Life has no purpose. As long as one searches for a purpose, they will search forever. If one is invited upon the stage, they may ask their question. If one does not wish to ask a question, do not raise your hand.
Hi, Kapil. I'm planning to pursue an entrepreneurial venture of mine, and a question I wanted to ask you: what question or questions can I ask myself in order to know if my pursuit is born out of truth or not? Thank you.
You may want to ask yourself why you're interested in truth.
Hi, Kapil. Hope you're doing good tonight. I just had a really quick question, something I've been thinking about for years. Does love exist?
The answer won't help you, because if I said yes, it won't help you. If I said no, it's a complex term, and human beings create terms. So the question, though it may be sincere, the question does not really have an effective answer, particularly in this context and in this setting.
Hi, Kapil. Thank you for the opportunity. I had a question here. How does one find his purpose in life? Because there are so many distractions, or there are so many motivations one has, but how does one find a definitive path for his life?
Life has no purpose. As long as one searches for a purpose, they will search forever.
Hey, Kapil. Are there any specific truths about the cause of anxiety?
There are many of them, but to state them, they just become statements. There absolutely is a cure to anxiety, but these things happen through systematic endeavors. They do not happen through a statement. But the answer to your question is yes, very much so.
Hi, Kapil. Thank you for the opportunity. My question is, when there is an urge for, let's say, self-sabotage or a loop, I know you don't like prescriptions, but what must one do in those type of situations?
Everything begins with recognition and awareness. And where one is blindsided is when he does not recognize what is happening. So the very recognition that one is doing that is a very large first step.
Hello. When you're in a situation where you have to get things moving and the other parties involved are not able to think logically or are irrational, how do you bring in the actual in front of their eyes and reason out?
Nobody wants to hear truth that you force upon them. And a truth that is forced upon someone is rarely the truth to begin with.
Why do you think it is that in businesses, creativity is fostered through collaboration and bringing many people around the table, but in artistic settings like music creation, creativity is usually driven by a single person calling the shots?
I don't think that creativity is created by bringing other people around the table. That may be the attempt.
Suppose that in a business setting, you bring a bunch of people around the table and hope that the process pulls out creativity from some very smart folks. But in a band setting, if you have 5 or so people trying to call the shots on what makes its way into music, it often doesn't work.
Well, that's because business is not viewed as an art. The more people that you invite around the table, the more chaos you will have.
Is it possible to make short-term wants align with long-term desires?
The question is utterly meaningless. It is totally intellectualized and has no basis in truth.
still be happy or live a prosperous life if you are constantly in conflict with your parents?
Number one, happiness is a myth. Number two, wherever there is conflict, there will always be internal turmoil.
Master, what is the true nature of indecision and why do we fear consequence?
Decision is a myth. Good night.